Hi, I'm Cathryn Mora. I'm a book coach and I work with coaches, speakers, and entrepreneurs to help them write a quality book and get it out into the world. Today's topic is part one of how do you build your audience? Because as you would imagine, having an audience ready to read your book is so important. If you put your book out there and there's no one waiting to read it, then basically the only people who are going to read it are like your mum and a couple of friends, a client or two, and maybe a few randoms. And what you really want is for people to take your book, love your book, absorb your book, and have it change their life. And that's what keeps me motivated as a book coach, not only getting my client to finish their book and then get it out into the world, but thinking about that end reader sitting there absorbing the book, up late at night, unable to put it down. That's what makes me excited, is changing the lives of those readers. So how do we get it into their hands? Number one is build your audience as you go. Don't wait until your book is out, because it's basically too late. Yes, it can build momentum over time, and that's fine. If you're using the book as a tool in your business, it doesn't have to be a big seller. It doesn't have to have a massive launch. You just write it, you build it, you use it as a tool, and then over time you just use it to create opportunities and visibility and things like that. But ideally, you do want that audience ready and waiting to buy it. And if you don't already have an audience, how do you build one? What you do is get your community invested in your writing of the book, your book process. Because let's face it, people put stuff on social media about their day-to-day lives, what they're up to, their business, their health, their fitness. If someone's on a weight loss journey, they'll post a photo of them going to work out or them doing a run or what they're eating for breakfast or whatever. And in exactly the same way, you can post about your book. Here's me working on my book. Every single time you sit down to work on your book, when you finish that session, do a selfie, do a photo of the view of where you're working from, if you're working from a cafe or somewhere with a nice view. Do a photo of your coffee, do a photo of your hands on the keyboard, do a little gif of your hands on the keyboard, do a selfie if you've had a good writing day of you smiling, yay, happy writing day. Or if you've had a writer's block day, you sort of go, bad writing day, whatever. Because what you're doing is talking to people about the book writing journey, which is the journey you're going on. And that's how people get excited and invested about your book. Along the way, you can do things like share bits of value. If you're writing a chapter about one particular thing, you can say, hey, I was writing a chapter about this in my book today, and it made me think XYZ. I wanted to share with you. This is something I've learned, which is so important, and you share this little bit of wisdom. And I can't wait for this book to come out, whatever. You're not promoting the book. You don't need to start selling it. Just talk about it. Talk about what you're doing, what you're learning, how the writing's going. If you've got a book coach like me, you can write that we had a meeting today. Like, whatever it is, I want you to be talking about the book. And that is the very first thing to do with building your audience. And this includes, if you want to be a bestseller, this is one of the first steps that you'll be told by myself or my team member who does the bestseller campaigns. The most important thing to do is, definitely not leave it till the end. And to be honest, people who leave it to the end are usually doing that out of fear. So there's a fear that their book's not going to be finished in time, for example. So they don't want to tell everyone where it's going to be out, just in case that it's not. Or they're too afraid people are going to steal their idea or steal their concept, or that people are going to criticize it when they're still in the middle of writing it. I want you not to be that person who's fear-based. Think about the lives you will change, and just think about talking to your audience about it. You can also do something like a book cover competition, get people to vote on a book cover, get them invested in what you're doing, and they will become interested. So that is my number one tip on building your book audience. There'll be a few more throughout my 80-day video series, so I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, do comment below or message me if you'd like to talk about your book idea. More than happy to brainstorm topics, and if this is the right book for you, is it the right timing, and if so, what's the exact book topic which is going to position you as an authority. I look forward to speaking to you, and until then, see you on the next video.